heart, greetings and blessings to you at this time. Today we will be discussing frequency of body and how this affects health and the experience you have on the planet. Previously, this work has been done with the channel, and we feel it is important to focus this energy into the planet. Your body is but energy, and energy projected by thought and consciousness. There is a construct in which you perceive, and this is holding you in the reality of this experience, but also now holding you back from ascension. This is important to understand that your body is transient or shifting at all times. It is shifting according to the collective conscious on the planet and your personal beliefs. It is important to understand that as you awaken, some of these beliefs that you hold to be truth or non-changing are in fact illusion and are changeable. In fact, it is not a change, but rather a change of your perception. Your body is capable of much more than you realize at this time. We understand that as a collective conscious, there have been determined rules and truths and non-truths where all experience is both black and white, and as you would call bad and good, are all happening and truth. It is just how you wish to perceive the happening, whether or not you see it as good or bad. Everything is as it is meant to be. Your experience of pain and suffering, as much as it is an experience that may be less than pleasant, is not bad. It is an experience for growth. As you hold this belief that it is bad, you reject the experience, therefore creating resistance, which creates more of it, so you can learn the lesson. As you begin to realize that there is no bad and good, but rather just is, you will understand that in that you have the ability or the power to change your reality. It is important to understand that there are two aspects to this. One, when you change your perception, you see things differently, even if the situation is, as you would say, the same. This then proceeds to shift the vibration of yourself, which then in turn then shifts the reality you are experiencing, where the situation that you are in is no longer what you were experiencing. It is important to understand that both of these are valid when it comes to changing your reality. Even if the situation feels that it has not changed, your perception of it has, therefore the reality has changed. Then the universe can reflect this change and shift your, as you would call, physical reality into being in alignment with your perception. It is important to understand that the outer reality and your body may feel different, and yet it is not. Your body and your outer reality, even though separateness is perceived, are the same. This is because everything in your perceived reality and all of consciousness is energy and consciousness. It is important to understand that your thoughts and beliefs do change your perceived outer reality, but even more so affect your body. It is important to understand that even though it is so close to home, that it can shift as well. It is important to recognize that your body is also an illusion. It is important to note also that this reality is real. It is a perception. It is just as valid as any other reality, but it does not mean that you are not perceiving it in an illusion state. Your body is energy, and it is experiencing all that it is supposed to. However, because your body is just frequency and held together because of perceptions and contracts and things of this sort, that it is changeable. We talk of health, but also, as you would call, hold please. Word is not coming through. Hold please. Transfiguration is not correct word. Shape-shifting is word. We talk of shape-shifting, teleportation, and health. These are all levels of understanding your frequency and how your body works, is built, and what it can do. We are not ready to teach teleportation or transfiguration, as Channel seems to keep wanting to call it, but rather shape-shifting, and you are not ready for this experience, as you have not learned how to direct or control, as you might say, the energy in your body to such a level. It is important to understand that the ability to heal oneself is the beginning of this experience, and it is important to start to focus this. Your body is energy, your body is light, and that is all. The perceived pain or discomfort or trauma or sickness is also energy, and it is important to understand that your mind and your consciousness ultimately do have the control over this body. We have, hold please, you have been taught that you do not control these things, and this belief has been held deeply within the collective conscious. So it is important to start shifting this perception when you can. As you practice this perception, it will become easier, a habit, as you would call. Only within the perception change can you regain the control to heal yourself. Hold please. It is important to bring in the light. Most pain and suffering stems from the experience of duality. So when you bring in the light and understand that you are one with the universe, it is easier to shift this vibration. It is Practice within yourself breathing in the light. Everything begins with a breath. Everything begins with light and the frequency of love. It is important to bring these energies into your body as you meditate or focus love to yourselves and the collective conscious. As you may want to do, it is, you may find that your desire is to heal the planet and to focus outward. However, human beings and the state you are in currently have a hard time with this. It is important to recognize that this can be very draining of energy if you have not learned how to replenish yourself properly. So we advise, as you would say, to focus on your personal healing, your personal light. And rest assured, because you are one consciousness and on the planet, this will do as much, if not more, help for the collective and the planet, because you can focus the healing, which creates a bigger ripple effect. This may sound counterintuitive, but rest assured, it is how it works. Remember that your body is just a projection of you, your higher self, as you would call, or your aura or energy. It is this perception that will help to shift this perception of the physical and non-physical, the belief that you do not have control over your body. It is important at all times to bring awareness into all aspects and understand that pain and suffering are just an illusion of the absence of light. As you bring in the light, you enlighten what this space is, and it becomes once again a part of the whole, or rather the separateness that is perceived becomes shifted away, and your perception once again is oneness. Hold, please. At this time, it is important to start to recognize that your inner journey is just as important as your outer journey. Your perceptions are... Hold, please. Blue Avians now speaking. It is important to understand... Hold, please. The construct on your planet has taught that the physical is the most important, and that the inner emotions, feelings, and energies should be set aside for the benefit of the collective. This is, of course, not in alignment with, as you would call, truth. It is important to understand that to shift the planet, a shift in focus, direction, or direction is in order. This may be difficult for you at this time because these constructs and beliefs have been so integrated into your cellular memory that you cannot differentiate between illusion and truth. what has been taught versus what is within you as truth. This is why it is important at this time to dedicate time and practice and awareness into this space. Soon, in the, as you would perceive, future, this will no longer need a select time, but rather will be your constant consciousness, and it will become, as you would say, easy. But as this frequency shifts out of you, it is important that you take time, make the habit, like working out. It is a training into a different way of perceiving and experiencing your reality. Patience, my child, it is all in divine order. It is important through this that you are gentle with yourself and that you understand that this is exactly the experience you are supposed to be having. Do not fear that this is going wrong or that the timing is too slow. This is, again, perception, as time and space do not exist. Believe in the timing, as you would say, of this expansion. These things will become easier and more moldable in your mind as you shift in this perspective and understand that your focus is where your reality will be. We send light and love through this transition, and we bring blessings to you at this time. Hold, please. It is important that you trust and begin to open to your guides. As this is your experience, it is important to take responsibility for your experience, but we are here to guide you. Be sure to tap into this energy as frequently as you can. Perception. It is important to understand that you are no longer victim to time, but rather you are the dictator of the time you spend doing different things. It is now time to take responsibility for how you delegate this time experience. It is now time to realign your, as you would call, priorities for this reality. This will be different for each experience being on the planet. Do not judge what others are doing, as they are all a part of the puzzle of this ascension process. So it is time to focus on you. Arcturians now speak. It is within the light that you stand. It is within the breath that you create life, within and without your reality. It is now time to take responsibility for your reality and no longer blame time, space, or other beings. All you perceive is a reflection of you. All things. Once you take responsibility for your reality, things will shift. It is time to release resistance to what you inherently know is your path. We bring blessings and joy and love to this exchange as we speak to you at this time. Felines, now speak. Trust in the path you are on. Begin to focus your intention. It is no longer time to, as you would call, dilly-dally. The duality of time running out and there being infinite time may be hard to understand, but trust that this is paramount for the timeline in which you experience. Time is, as you would call, short, but everything is exactly as it should be. Stay the course and you will experience ascension. Blessings and light to you at this time. We are complete. Light and love. Blessings to you.